I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about don't give up hope. Well, a lot of times when you're going through a breakup, it just feels completely hopeless. And I can tell you that almost every single person that I talk to feels like their situation is hopeless. And I can tell you that many of you guys will have another opportunity with your ex again. And I know you're going to sit there and rationalize, no, but my situation is this, or this person is going on, or my ex is dating somebody else. I know. I've seen all of the scenarios. I see all kinds of crazy situations, and it doesn't mean that it's completely hopeless. In fact, most of the time, those chemicals that are being released in our body, those stress hormones, are causing us to, feel this intense pain, which then starts to mess with our thoughts. Plus, when you've had attachment trauma before, and you've had that loss before, it's like triggered again, and then you're just brought back to that loss that you had in the past. And so you assume you're not going to have any power to turn things around. Well, I can assure you that everything that I teach is about helping you turn things around and get you the best opportunity to turn things around when that time comes. And those of you that do tremendous amount of work, and I see it every single day, you're going to see that when that opportunity arises, that your over-preparing for the situation is going to pay off. Believe me. There are some of you guys that will watch videos here and there, and come that moment of truth where the ex reaches out, you panic, or you haven't set a plan with me and we haven't discussed your situation, you're unprepared. It happens. But that's up to you. I'm here to give you as much information and educate you guys as much as possible. And hope is very important, because I have seen situations that looked completely hopeless. I mean, it was bad. And they even had another opportunity when they were least expecting it. So, I mean, there's one that comes to mind that was really, really bad. And that person was about the one, I won't get into the story, but that was one of the worst situations I'd ever seen. And he had gotten caught spying on her, and he was just harassing her, and all kinds of craziness. And I wound up straightening him out, and he actually had another opportunity with this girl. It was unbelievable. So believe me, there are situations that are far worse than yours that do get turned around. And so I've got 2 success stories to share with you guys today, because sometimes you need to hear a success story, right? So I got 2 today. The first one is from someone that emailed me over the weekend, and they said, "Hey Coach, first I want to tell you how thankful I am for having found your channel. I watched a couple of other channels before you and found the information to be manipulative and unimpressive. I broke up with my boyfriend 6 months ago. Until about a month ago, I was a total mess. Terrible separation anxiety. I thought for sure I was some kind of freak for still being so sad. I was having the hardest time figuring out what the hell happened and where I had messed up so bad. My anxiety went through the roof, and I must have sent him 50 emails, some of which he replied to, including a handwritten letter. Yeah, I was surprised that he responded to that too. And even if they do respond, it's usually not good. However, he was still with his new girlfriend at the time. They broke up and got back together in less than a month. Of course, once she discovered we had chatted after hacking his email and Facebook, she messages me and was pretty immature and nasty. Well, you can imagine that if this woman doesn't trust him already and is hacking his Facebook and his email, chances of this relationship lasting are slim. It was after that when I realized, or when I really started paying attention to what you were saying. I realized my anxiety actually comes from my dad having cheated on my mom and abandoning us girls when we were very young. I have lost 25 pounds since my breakup and have joined the gym to keep going in the right direction. I have enrolled in classes to get my bachelor's in early childhood education. I also listen to your videos every single day. Every chance I get, I have started taking notes in my Ask Craig folder. Hearing your voice makes me stronger, and I have decided that I do not want my ex back as he is toxic. With the help of your channel, I am certain I can reach my goals. Well, I'm sorry, there's a little bit more. Much love and thanks to you and Coach Margaret. You are changing my life. Well, thank you very much for those kind words, and I'm really happy that you are using this opportunity to turn your life around, and you really have in other areas, and you're going to be a much healthier person for whoever does come back into your life next. You found out now that he's toxic and you don't really want that guy around, and that's great. And sometimes these breakups really are for the best. I know that it's very painful to hear that, but really, if you think about your level of motivation and where your life will be after this breakup, oftentimes it can be for the best, as long as you use it to motivate you. I have a second email here, another success story from a 28-year-old woman, and she says, "Hi Craig, I am writing to tell you, you were right. It's not easy to admit it, but I promised you I would if it happened. Even though I never wanted to admit it, you deserve it. I can honestly say it's all due to you and your help. Back in January, my ex of 3 years broke up with me and almost immediately started dating another girl. She was a girl he worked with, so I think she had a crush on him. I was devastated. I can't ever remember a time in my life where I was so depressed. I was crying every day. I felt hopeless. I almost lost my job because I was such a mess. I watched some other coaches before I found you. Thank God I found you, though. I don't want to be mean, but no one compares to you. You are so refreshing. Craig, you are absolutely meant to do what you do. I love how funny and empathetic you are. Watching you was the only thing that made me feel any better. I know girls often tell you how cute you are. I do get that a lot, don't I? I'm just kidding. But honestly, I just love who you are as a person. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. You are like my best friend, and I never even met you. I'll bet a lot of people feel that way and just don't tell you. They should. Actually, I do get quite a bit of people that tell me that I am like their best friend. And, you know, this is who I am. A lot of people are surprised. I'm laid back and I try and have fun with you guys in the Skype. And I know how hard it is to go through these things. But, you know, I'll make you laugh. And we have aha moments and we work through things together. And, you know, I get such incredible positive feedback from you guys, and I can't thank you enough for it, honestly. I do love what I do every day. There's no day to me. It's not a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. You know, you guys think about what day of the week. It's not like that for me, because every day is amazing for me, and I love what I do. Let me go on here. I need everyone to understand, I thought I had zero chance. My ex was acting so incredibly cold to me. He had ignored my texts. When I saw him to get back, he said he didn't want to talk to me about anything. He wouldn't even look me in the eyes, and he said he was happy. Ooh, that's awful. Yeah, that's the worst. Is you're dying inside, and then they're like, yeah, I'm happy. Really? Because I pretty much want to stand in front of a moving train or a bus or anything, really, at this point. Right? And they're like, but I'm happy. Oh. And then you got to act like you're happy. That's wonderful. I'm so happy that you're happy. Have you ever said that to the person? Sometimes people will be like, well, don't you want me to be happy? No, not really. I don't want that at all. Only if you're with me. Then you could be happy. Other than that, no. I actually want you to be pretty miserable, actually, if we're going to be honest. Don't actually ever say that, okay? You'll look petty and bad. But you can think it. Alright. Talk about devastating. I felt like I was stabbed in my stomach when he said he was happy. This was a man I absolutely adored. Craig, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have realized how my anxiety caused me to push him away. Most of the time, we had a wonderful relationship. But when he wanted to go out with friends, my anxiety would get the best of me and I would become a different person. It was like in the video, she acts like two different people. Good video, by the way. That's an older one, but it's really good. That video helped me a lot. I would blow up his phone, I screamed at him, I cursed at him, and if he took too long to reply, I yelled at him. I'm embarrassed to say that I even caused a giant scene on Facebook during one of my emotional meltdowns. I was out of control. It didn't happen often, but when it did, it destroyed his trust in me. Boy, isn't that the sad truth? All it really takes is one thing to lose somebody's trust. I had no idea what was going on within me until I found your channel and talked with you. On our first Skype, I was such a mess. I really felt like I was in a cloud, like you talk about. I was convinced that my ex was going to get married to this girl. We talked about everything. You really helped me relax and see things more clearly, and I got to work and stuck to our plan. I watched your videos every day. We did a few follow-ups, and they really helped me to stay on track. You were so encouraging, and you made me laugh. Cut to the end of August, I admit that I tried not to, but I still stalked him a bit. I logged on Facebook and saw that they were broken up. I wonder if that's what I was right about. I was beyond shocked. I'm not sure when they broke up because I hadn't checked in a few weeks, but not that long later, he texted me. And she doesn't mean a few hours later. It was like a couple weeks later, I think she meant, from when she initially saw that. We hadn't talked in over 6 months. My heart raced. He did an indirect, direct approach. I signed up for an emergency Skype, and you actually got me in that night. I do my best to get you guys in as soon as possible when you do sign up for those, because I know that something like this has probably happened. I cannot thank you enough for that. We went over everything. You guys, you don't even know how often we will be in a Skype and your ex will message you. It's crazy. It always shocks me because I'll be like, when was the last time you heard from them? A month ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 months ago. It's the craziest thing, and we will literally get it. And I always say to people, no one would believe this. No one would believe this. I'm telling you, there's something about the energy. You know, I say there's a disturbance in the force. It's true. There really is something about it. And I can't put my finger on it. But, I don't know. All I can tell you is that I wish I recorded the Skypes, and then I could be like, watch this, guys. You wouldn't believe it. But it happened last week, too. I could think of somebody that happened to the other day. Alright, let me go on. Since then, we have gone out 4 times. Alright, 4 times. He is saying that he sees a huge change in me already. He stated that he thinks the breakup may have actually been a good thing, and I can see in the way that he looks at me that his love for me is back. I'm taking things very slow, and I still watch your videos every day. I'm truly grateful for everything you do, including the amazing content, and now bringing Coach Margaret on board. Isn't she awesome? I love her. Isn't she the best? You guys don't even know how awesome she is. Really. You only have a little taste so far. I want to share a quote for you for all who feel helpless. Alright, this is her quote, not mine. Well, I don't know. She's giving us the quote. It's not for me. A little more persistence, a little more effort, and what seemed like hopeless failure might turn to glorious success. Nice quote. So, guys, I know many of you get discouraged, and I know every single day you struggle with no contact, and you sit there and fantasize about reaching out to them, or doing this tactic, or that tactic, or that, and all of these different things that you're playing over in your mind. I know how hard that is. And so, you know, that's why I want you to stay motivated, because as you can see, many people feel like they have no hope, the situation looks really bad, and the next thing you know, a few months later, whatever, 6 months later, they're back in your life. And, you know, if I said to you tomorrow, you know, if you knew that 6 months from now your ex would come back, but if you really worked hard on yourself, that you would have a really good opportunity to reattract that person in your life. Many of you guys would do it. Some of you wouldn't. Some of you would be like, it's not worth it, and that's okay. But even if they don't ever come back, you got to do this for yourself, because you really want to become the best version of yourself that you can be, not for anybody else, but for yourself, because you're worth it, and it's your life. And you want to be proud of who you are. You want to be proud of the kind of partner you can be and what you can bring to the table, and you always want to be someone else's best option. And that is why I'm here. I love helping you guys. I love supporting you guys, coaching you guys, encouraging you guys to get all that success. And stay motivated, okay? Even if it feels like things are never going to get better, they will. So, if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching, I do Skype coaching, and if you just got an direct approach, you might want me for an emergency Skype coaching. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.